But I still don't understand why we can't grow our sub count. It's been 6 months.
We're cute and heavy metal and horror. Who doesn't want to watch that?
My employers have a keen interest in this property in particular. They think it's a unique location.
They sent somebody out here a few years ago to close the place. They're talking about opening it back up now?
There may have been some oversight in the previous inspection.
Let me take a picture of you.
Right now?
It'll be good for the podcast. Here, let me get that headstone behind you.
So there was just a person in the graveyard with us last night.
Stacy, this is a ghost.
You're trying to commune with the dead.
I'm not seeing shit, Stacy. Shit's happening to me.
I'm starting to think that Lillian and I are being haunted.
It's starting to feel just like the band all over again.
You want to explain to me what we just did?
There's something going on in that graveyard.
I've warned you over and over again, and you still wouldn't stay the hell away from here.
I need to know if what I'm seeing is real or not.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, 7 p.m. here on the East Coast, 4 p.m. over there on the West Coast, 10:36 a.m. or whatever fucking time it is over in the Australia land, 1 a.m. in the UK.
Island.
This is the Death Rattle Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Remark of Horror Sucks. With me is my co-host, Mr. Kanan Becker from Ghost Pirate Entertainment. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you?
Yay! I need a better soundboard. I'm okay. I worked all day today. I woke up at 6 a.m. I went on a walk because I didn't have enough time to go to the gym because I had to leave. I had to shower and leave to get to my first appointment by 8. And then it's just been nonstop. And I just technically clocked out of my job like 40 minutes ago. So
yeah, that's pretty brutal,
I'm eating dinner right now. This is my custom. You can't see it because it's green and it's getting
black.
Up by my... There it is. I'll put it in front of my face. So this is my custom.
That's a cool looking bowl.
I painted this.
That's cool.
I painted it.
What are you eating?
And I'm eating this fucking Greek yogurt protein slop that I hate.
Oh, okay.
I told you about it. It's Greek.
No, I thought
Greek
you only
yogurt.
eat that for breakfast.
I do, but I didn't have breakfast this morning.
Dude, you realize that no matter what shit you take, you're not going to have any gains if you're not eating.
I
eating
know.
is half of the battle. It's just about eating the right stuff.
I usually do. So I came.
It's a lot of work, dude. Just keeping up with the amount of protein that I need for my frame, dude. Because you're supposed to eat like 1.5 grams
your body weight.
of your body weight. Yeah, and like I weigh 240.
Body weight.
Yeah, and I'm 240, so that's 120 grams of protein a day.
Yeah. I eat
like minimum.
I eat way more than that.
Or no, per meal. Yeah. So, but because I only eat 2 meals a day. And so but I found a hack pretty much, and that's Chipotle, man. You just get a big old
good
bowl with like double or triple the amount of chicken, and it's like 80 grams of protein just for the chicken alone.
Yeah.
And then if you get black beans,
when I treat myself to Chipotle, I get a chicken bowl with white rice because that brown rice is disgusting and I don't care. I get the white rice and then I get
I like the brown rice. I just don't eat very much of the rice.
Lettuce, cheese, and corn salsa. And that is perfect for me. But anyway, this
I had
bowl
to back up on the cheese and sour cream. So like now I just do like a tiny little bit of those for flavor.
Well, I don't really eat dairy anyway, so I'll just give myself, you know what I mean? So B Movie Theater says he's been cutting back on sugar a lot this month. Good, man. You got to cut it all out. Sugar is no bueno. But anyway, let's see who's all in the chat. I have to go AFK for about 5 minutes in about 5 minutes. So you guys get to talk to Kanan for a little bit, but I want to say hi to everybody in the chat first. What's up, Casey? I already said hi to B Movie. B Movie Theater says saw 2 awesome movies over the last week, Obsession and The Hellgate. Thank you, buddy. We saw Obsession as well. We're going to be talking about it tonight. Chad says, hey, all, had to put Shelby Oaks on pause to be here. Well, thanks for doing that. What's up? Good to see you.
It's not that bad. Shut up.
What's up, Terry? Gaston, hello.
It's on Hulu now. Hulu and Disney Plus.
Odd Ender made it. Good to see you, buddy. How's it going? Heather's here. Hello. Who else is here? Tenderloin Stew is here. Hey. Hi, you fucking fuckers. Don't you fucking look at me. Autocorrect turned fuckers into buckets. Haha. Oh, okay.
Buckets.
You should have called us buckets. SoCal Dan says, hi from Norwalk. Hello, SoCal Dan. Hello from Norwalk. DJ's been running.
It's so weird how Apple now doesn't autocorrect swear words. Like that's such a weird.
They don't.
Like I don't remember when the update happened, but like I don't know, not too long ago, I was just like went to go and change the F because it would always make it ducking. It always add the D. Yeah. And I went to change that and I was like, dude, it didn't change it. And then I looked it up and was like, sure enough, they updated it. So swear words are not autocorrected anymore. Just the entire world. It's so weird how stuff like that changes and you don't even notice. It just kind of like changes without anybody really making a thing about it.
Well, did you notice the
swear words used to be such a huge deal? Like when we were young, like 20 years ago, dude, you couldn't swear on anything or anywhere. Now it's like,
well, on YouTube, you can't say anything for the first minute.
No, they stopped that too. They just updated that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
This last couple, like few months ago. Because it had been updated to it was the first 60 seconds or something like that. But then they changed it now to where it won't affect anything. Because they have like the AI is supposed to be able to pick up on it. And so like if your channel is set to like basically if they got better at controlling it for kids. So like if you have a kid watching YouTube and you have it on they shouldn't ever see any of our content. And so if they don't see our content, we don't need to worry about censoring ourselves.
Okay.
And if the parents don't care about censoring them, then that's on them.
Demonessa says, hello, saw Obsession this weekend. Fucking awesome movie. We are going to talk about it. Jack says, I just do heroin. That's how you lose weight, Jack? I mean, I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, Frau, I didn't have surgery. I was supposed to have it on Monday, and I got cold feet. It's a lot more complicated than that, but pretty much I just decided, you know what? This is the healthiest I have been in like probably 20 years.
Like, you mean you got cold crazy foot?
Yeah. And I just decided, for one, I don't want something to derail I don't want anything to derail my health because, something like that. It's like you can't walk for a while and just everything involved with it. I'm like, man, I don't want to go and screw up. I just started going to, I started working out at the beginning of the year, but I just got a gym membership like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
And so like my gains and everything are going to an even higher level, so there's that, but also like my blood sugar and everything has not been this good, like I said, in like probably 20 years. And so I'm like, I want to wait and see. Being this healthy, and I'm just getting healthier and healthier, maybe it'll heal this time on its own. And I would be so irritated if I go and have surgery and then find out I could have, not. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see what happens.
Jack
But
DB
yes,
says,
I'm fine. And thank you for asking.
Jack says, yeah, you're going to lose a toe. If you put it under your pillow, the toe fairy will give you $1. I've never heard of that, Jack.
Most of the big toe's already gone. So it's just the rest of the big toe. And so it's like, that's the other thing. Like removing that, it doesn't even guarantee shit. Like it could not heal and be, and then I have to go in and have more surgery to cut even more of the foot off. So it's not that I'm afraid of losing it. It's I'm just got to be super careful with any kind of surgery of any kind. So,
yeah. Well, I got a few more minutes before I got to go AFK for a second. So I want to pimp a couple of things to our audience. One, the Hellgate's out on Blu-ray. So for all you physical media collectors,
that looks all fancy.
Thank you. I did that myself.
Yeah, it looks really good.
You can buy, there's 3 different covers for the movie. So if you go to bloodscribecreations.com, you can click on the one DVD cover, and it's going to take you to this really sketchy looking Chinese Blu-ray site. It's okay. It's okay. I vetted the website. It's fine, but you can buy it from there, and we get the money. So don't worry. The Chinese aren't stealing anything, but it is out there. B Movie Theater. No, the only way to get a signed copy is to send me yours so I can sign it and send it back, or come see me in person. These come pre-shrunk wrapped, so I cannot, even if I bought, which I bought for the next announcement, I actually bought a whole bunch to have. They come pre-shrink wrapped, so I can't sign them and have you still have it shrink wrapped. So you'd have to unshrink wrap it and then.
I guess they could buy one from you and just have you open it.
I mean, yeah, you could do that, but then it wouldn't be. You'd have to. I mean, some collectors are weird. Like I'm weird. I have a signed copy of a few comic books.
I know, but like if you want it signed, generally you're gonna have it opened. Because like if you go get stuff signed, like you go to a convention or whatever to get it signed, you're not gonna leave it closed.
Right.
No one's ever gonna. Like no one is going to have a signed copy closed. You can't even see the signature. What would be the point?
Right. Well, true. Casey
I've
says,
never heard of a Blu-ray with it signed and closed.
Casey says, did you put those bloopers on the Blu-ray? No. So because I had to author and do everything for I did everything for this Blu-ray. And so because I had to do all of that, I did not have, and it the more you put on a Blu-ray, the more expensive it gets. And these were already expensive, which is why they're $20. Sorry, spoiler alert: the Blu-rays are $20.
That's cheap.
But anyway, dude, what we did,
I'm surprised they're that cheap. Like most Blu-rays, like if you go to a Walmart to buy a new movie, it's like $29, $30 now for a new movie on Blu-ray.
Oh well, okay. Well, the Hellgate's 20. Anyway, so. I got to say this real quick because I got to get out of here. But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
I don't know.
Oh. What we're doing is we're going to have a Patreon. So we're going to have a Patreon that you can go to, and that's where all of the special features and everything, the bloopers and all this other extra stuff is going to be. It's going to be on our Patreon for anybody that owns the Hellgate. It's going to be like a $5 a month thing. But if you own the Hellgate, I'm going to try to figure out a way to get you just on.
You have an access code to where you
I'm going to try to get you an access code. But right now, when you buy the DVD, there's an insert picture of Stacy and Lillian, and there's a QR code that you go to go to our Patreon.
It'll just probably be like a special link that basically when you buy the Blu-ray, you'll get you just give proof that you own the Blu-ray, and then you'll get a little link or something.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out, but that's it. All right, I got to get out of here for 5 minutes. I will be right back, and I got more stuff to pimp.
All right. So it's just us now. If I can read what you guys are saying. Let's see here. Those aren't going to work. These are not the right glass. Hold on. Let me get on my right glasses. All right. What are you guys saying? Not that these help that much. I swear, I bought brand new glasses and they still don't really help very much. It would be cool to see. It would be cool to see you up close. Why am I not being able to see the damn screen? Even with the glasses on. It would be cool to see you up close. Should I put down the binoculars and walk over there? Link? What? Noted. Okay, you got this out so fast. I am super surprised. All good. Can't wait for it. You're talking about the Blu-ray case? 3 different covers. You're killing me. I know. That's what I told him. I was like, but it's cool because then you can feel like, you know, like if someone wants to collect them all, they can. Or because honestly, $20 for a Blu-ray is pretty inexpensive. So is there any news this week that you guys are excited about? Any horror stuff that you guys have heard about? Very goosebumps. It sucks because I read these and now I don't know what that was referring to. Like, I don't know what is very goosebumps. Let's see here. He read a bunch of these. Instapot. Yeah, I should start pre-making meals, but I'm someone that I just like simple stuff. So like if I'm at home, most of the time I just eat turkey, like deli turkey. I just get it by like good deli turkey, like peppered turkey or whatever, and I just eat a bunch of that and string cheese, some fruit. I got these like high fiber crackers because fiber, when you're eating a super high protein diet like I am right now, you got to have that fiber. So I'm trying to get as much fiber in me as I can. I started putting flaxseed in my smoothie, morning smoothie, but it's not good. I am not a big fan of my smoothie. I need to start figuring out some things to put into it to make it taste better. But it's one of those things like, you know, you got to like just grin and bear it. It's worth it. So, because I just basically pound my shake, eat some egg whites and turkey sausage, and then go straight to the gym. And then when I get back from the gym, it's kind of like that's when I get the rest of my day going. Jack, what is more like $10? I don't know what you're saying. Those $10 can't get a sign. Okay, how come these are all out of order? It's definitely not staying sealed. Yeah, I don't know why he's thinking you would want to keep a Blu-ray sealed. That makes no sense. Like every physical copy of anything I own, I don't keep them sealed. Like you can't watch it if it's sealed. I mean, like I guess you could buy one, especially if you didn't want to, like just to collect it or something. But then, yeah, I don't know what you would. I don't know why you would do that, especially if you wanted to get it signed. Because something like this would be fun to get signed by like the whole cast and stuff. Hey, you're back.
All right, I'm back. I had to help move a mattress. Anyway, what were you talking about?
Hey, say we were laughing at you for thinking you would want to keep your Blu-ray sealed.
Well, some people like, so when I buy
watch
stuff,
it when it's sealed.
okay, that's why you buy 2. So
Well,
when I buy
things, I agree, but like a lot of things you don't keep sealed. I mean, like, yeah, certain things like vinyl, like if you bought a vinyl album, I could see keeping that sealed. But Blu-rays are generally not some like, I don't know. Maybe it's because Blu-rays are not that old. It's like a new thing or something. But like, it just feels weird to like, unless it's a special edition Blu-ray that's got like a box set thing, like my Phantasm thing. Like I'm not opening that, but I also
just like
own
to
it
have
on every other kind of physical media too. So
I just like to be considerate of people who may like to buy things and leave them sealed. I don't know. I just try like to be considerate.
I know. We were just laughing at you. Yes, what we were talking about. And I was
Okay.
saying that it would be cool to if people could get it and then have the whole cast and like eventually have a bunch of you guys that did the Hellgate sign it. Like that'd be cool to get different people signing it.
It'd be impossible to track everybody down, but that actually brings me to my next thing.
Yeah, but like eventually, you never know.
The Hellgate is going on tour. So we are having a screening of the Hellgate with A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 next month. It's a double feature.
Why Nightmare on Elm Street 2?
Because it's June.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why the thing is Pride colors. Okay, that makes sense.
And so we are the
But
first
it's not
movie.
really a Pride Month movie.
Nightmare 2? Yes, because it's the gay
No,
one.
yours. Your movie.
No, mine isn't. But
I don't know why
they're not just doing like gay horror. They're not doing but it's just kind of funny that because they do this every month. So Corpse Vision has this like they do a movie a month and it's like a whole thing. They have like vendors and stuff. It's like
that's
huge.
awesome.
And but
I
so
just
like they're
discovered
kind
a
of
little theater thing that's like that here.
Yeah.
It's called Dream.
So
Dreamland.
it's kind of tongue in cheek by going, well, for Pride Month, we're going to play Nightmare 2 because it's the gay one. And then, and then they invited me to have to show the Hellgate. So it's going to be in Lake Worth, Florida. So I don't know anybody who watches this show that's even in Florida at all, but it's in Lake Worth, South Florida. It's right. It's just north of Miami at the movie there. And so, Friday, June 12th, I will be there. I think Summer will be there. I think she'll be there. We're still trying to confirm that, but I'll be there. And so come on out to Lake Worth, Florida at the Movies of Lake Worth. Come see the Hellgate and then stay for Nightmare 2 if you decide you want to do that.
That's awesome. That's fun. Dude, Nightmare 2, I'm telling you, is a lot better than people just like get all weirded out because it was so homoerotic without and then tried to pretend that it wasn't. And so like that's kind of the issue with it. But if you just embrace it for it is a movie with lots of gay in what's the word I can't
innuendo.
Right now. Yeah. Like if you just accept that and then just watch it for what it is, it's actually a really fucking good movie. Like it's dude, Freddy is terrifying in it. I would argue he is the most scary of any of the movies in that.
Isn't Nightmare 2 the one where he does like breaks like he gets the attacks the pool party?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest looking scene.
Okay, that scene is bad. But there's a lot of shit in it that's actually like where he's super dark. Like that's what I'm saying. He's the least funny of any of the Freddys in it. And the most dark. And then I think what gets me is the underlying message and shit behind it is so scary. Like the concept of it is much scarier than a lot of the other ones because he's basically possessing you. It's different than like in the other ones where he's just trying to fuck you up.
It's a really cool poster. Like I really do like the Nightmare 2 poster. Like I think I honestly like all of the Nightmare posters. I have Nightmare 1 up on my wall right now. So that's it. So I'm trying to get more places to screen. So if any of you know any theaters or any venues that are looking to screen local movies, like I'd love to stay in Florida if I could, but I mean like we'll travel a little bit depending on how it is, but we'd love to screen it. So that's that. Brain
All right.
vomit. I'm gonna
Now
scroll
let's
up a bit.
get to actual shit because we're like 26 minutes in the show and haven't talked about anything.
Well, do you have to go at 8?
No, I'm just saying, like anybody that, like people that are being patient, we haven't gotten to anything.
We'll get there.
We've talked about physical health, and we've plugged your stuff, and that's about it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Brain Vomit says, what's everyone's favorite autograph they've gotten? For its Blu-rays, Kevin Smith, Stuart Gordon, and or Clive Barker. Those are good ones. Mine is Rosario Dawson. Still.
I don't get autographs. I have a couple just by happenstance, but I don't get them. I've never, like, I can't say never. Last time I waited in line for an autograph for myself, I was like 12.
Who was it for?
But for Roger Craig, the running back for the 49ers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That was when they were winning Super Bowls and shit. And they used to play or do their practice every off season. They would do their training camp like right here at Sierra College. It's like from where I live right now, it's like a 15-minute drive. And back then it was so crazy. It wasn't like the way it is now. It was free and it was a college campus. So like anybody and everybody could just walk in. There was no tickets. There was no fences. You could just walk in and watch them practice. It was so cool to see Joe Montana and Steve Young and everybody just doing their thing right there.
Yeah, you just can't do that anymore. It sucks.
Nope. It's too dangerous for one to do that now, you know, but I do love that most teams do have open training camp, you know, so they'll do at least a few days where anybody, you know, you have to get tickets, but it's free, most teams, and you can still go and watch. And I think that's cool that they still do that. But anyway, so do we want to start with the trailer? We only have one.
Yeah, we can start with the trailer. Sorry, I have to. I'm putting the link in the description.
No, we have two. We have two trailers.
I thought we just had the one teaser.
No, because we have the Masters of the Universe final trailer.
Oh, that's right. I have thoughts about that movie.
So do I. But then I saw this final trailer. That's why I wanted to watch it. I saw some of it and I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this movie now. Because the first couple trailers, I was like, this looks dumb. I'm like, it looks like there's some cool elements, but a lot of this looks like it's going to be stupid. But this new trailer, it kind of gives you more of an idea of what this movie is actually going to be like. And then there's not going to be, I don't think, that much of it, of him not in world. Like most of the movie, I think, is going to take place in world. And it just looks much more like the cartoon. So it got me a lot more excited for it.
Yeah, well, all right. So yeah, we'll watch it. So let me just pull.
And with Mortal Kombat, like with Mortal Kombat being as fun and like, I feel like maybe franchises like this are starting to understand what fans want a little bit more.
Sorry, I gotta go look at your message. Her private hell. We're gonna watch that
final trailer. Her private hell trailer.
You want to watch that first?
Which one?
Her private hell.
Sure. I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen all of the He-Man trailer either. I just saw a little bit of it and was like, oh, we should watch that.
Okay. All right, we're gonna watch the Her Private Hell trailer.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this other than that it stars it's horror and it's neon and it stars what's her name? Who I'm in love with.
You're in love with her, but you don't know her name. That happens to me all the time, so it's okay.
Yeah. My brain is short circuiting. She was in fucking Companion.
Oh yeah, what's her name?
I'm like,
what's her name, chat?
Farting on her name. Just play the trailer. We'll see her name, I'm sure.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right. Here we go.
I know her name. I just brain farting.
There's not a single person that is like you. Say it with me. I am Unique.
Whoa, what happened to the
Conscious.
screen? What's going on?
She's
There we
like
go. Never
us,
mind.
but she's not one of us.
Oh, no wonder why. I was going to say, this looks like Neon Demon. It's because it's Nicholas Winding Refn's new movie.
Stardust.
Did you ever see that movie?
No.
His whole thing is taking like high fashion and beautiful people and making it feel
Mommy,
dirty and gritty and uncomfortable, sweaty.
Is the moment you
That's
disappear.
exactly what this movie looks like.
But this is his first, Sophie Thatcher. But this is like his first movie in like over 10 years.
Well,
So I'm excited for it because he's super.
I have
like
no
a
idea
super
what to expect.
stylized director.
But that's
Yeah.
exactly. That's exactly
If you saw
what it looks like.
Neon Demon, you'd be, because this looks very like it looks visually like almost exactly the same. But
we'll
Neon
see. Yeah,
Demon is
Sophie
awesome.
Thatcher, yeah,
Love
good
Neon
job.
Demon.
Jack's like Betty White.
Yeah. Back from the dead. Dude, Betty White was super hot when she was young.
Oh, I'm sure. All right. The next one is
Yeah, I love Sophie Thatcher. Like, I think she's incredible. Like, I love people that have a uniqueness to them. You know, like her face is unique. The way she talks is unique. She does this weird thing with her mouth when she talks. That's unique.
Hey,
and I just love people, like men and women, that have like uniqueness to them. Always is interesting to me.
Demoness says, "Yeah, I know that teaser tells you nothing about the movie, so it's like, okay, well, I guess we'll wait until an actual trailer to get excited."
It's just
or
to let
not.
you know, hey, it's Nicholas Winding Refn doing what Nicholas Winding Refn does. So I like that. I am a big fan of this kind of thing when it comes to movies now, where they're releasing these little teasers where you just kind of get a visual hors d'oeuvre of what it is going to be, you know, and then they'll release a trailer that kind of gives you more of a story. But that setup is way better than what they've been doing, where you end up getting at least one trailer that's a complete spoiler. Because because everybody feels like they need to release, and I get it, with social media, you do need to release like 2 to 3 things, you know what I mean, leading up to your movie. But it's like, if you give away too much in the beginning, I mean, yeah, I know exactly. And then some, like, people are having full, like, 5-minute long parts of their movies now they're releasing early and stuff. Like, what was the movie that did that? I forget. There was a horror movie not too long ago that did that, and it actually, what was it?
I think I'm going to start releasing scenes or parts of scenes from the Hellgate and just throwing them out there.
Dude, you should put it on TikTok like everybody does with movies now. And like, if someone really wants to watch it that bad, they'll see it in like 20-second clips.
I don't know if I want to go through the entire movie and go 20 seconds and export the fucking movie.
You just
every
take like 20 seconds, and then at the end of that, say, watch it by renting it here.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll probably do that when it's actually, I'll probably do that when it's on Tubi. That's when I would do that.
That's when I would do that. Like I told you before, when the time is to really promote this movie is when it drops on Tubi or somewhere for free.
Yeah.
Because like, it's just the way it is. Unfortunately, like, it's hard for movies that have big name actors in them to get people to rent them. You know what I mean? Much less a movie nobody knows about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do the Masters of the Universe trailer. This is the final trailer for Masters of the Universe, and we're gonna talk about that. So,
and I think this definitely has spoilers in it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's a movie that really matters as far as a spoiler. So it's like, I'm just saying that. So if anybody is watching this and doesn't want to see, go away for like 5 minutes and come back, because I don't want to force anybody to. If they don't want to get it, because there are like cameo kind of things that could be in here.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Look at that. Even just putting the classic Mattel logo. Like, this trailer is really leaning into what we loved as kids.
Adam, when you hold the magic sword, what do you say?
Ah, it looks so good.
By the power of Grayskull.
Like,
Go on.
look how good that sword looks, dude.
Now you're ready.
It seems the prodigal prince has returned. I am a devil, but I mean to be a god.
I actually like what they're doing with his voice.
Yeah, it's
Like,
He-Man. That voice I don't think would work for a feature.
No, it wouldn't nowadays. I'm sad at first that they didn't do that, but I'm like, that's too cheesy. That's too goofy. But what he is doing still has a cheesiness to it. You know what I mean? It still has a goofiness to it. It's just not full blown silly.
Yeah, I think it needs to.
But I think it's also closer to what his voice was like in that the animated series on Netflix.
Well, I didn't watch that. I heard that was garbage.
No, it wasn't garbage. It wasn't my He-Man. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't my He-Man, but it wasn't garbage. Like, it had some cool elements. It looked really great. It just was too serious. I felt like this looks like it's gonna not do the serious bullshit, because that's what we don't want. Like, big fans of He-Man, we don't need a serious fucking He-Man. You know, we need this. You know, that's cheesy. It's silly. It's fun. Feels like it's Saturday morning, you know?
My one gripe with this is that whoever this guy is, the actor for He-Man, he's not big enough. It should have been Zac Efron.
Yeah.
That's my one thing. Like, you can just
look. Zac Efron don't look like that anymore.
You don't think he could? You don't think Zac Efron from Iron Claw could do that again?
No,
yes, he could.
I don't know, dude. Like,
there's
a small window. No, but there's a small window in your life, because the amount of roids and shit you got to take to get like that takes a lot of discipline. But there's lots of actors that could have done that.
Yeah, I think
I'm just saying Zac Efron. I don't know about him, but like, yes, I agree. And everybody thought that, like, he should look more like the cartoon and like the toys. But at the same time, I also appreciate and like that they're doing away with every action star having to look like a fucking, because like that is really not good for any of us in our world, but especially men, to be growing up looking at these people and thinking that's obtainable. Because the amount of roids and shit you got to take to look like that,
dude. Okay.
Like, I'm a big fan of strongmen.
There is nothing wrong with hyper masculine and strong looking, like, bodybuilder men. There's nothing wrong with it.
There are two different things we're talking about here. Like, hyper masculine, yeah, being a badass and very masculine, that's fine. But as far as getting these like super like human physiques, dude, I don't know if we need to go that far. I mean, the guy is still yoked, dude. It's not like this guy doesn't have muscles.
No, I know. I'm just, that's what I meant.
Just doesn't look like a cartoon.
If I had one gripe about it, is that I think they could have cast a better actor who had more shoulder definition. That's the one thing, is that his shoulder.
No,
everything else. Yeah, everything else. Yeah, dude's yoked, but
he doesn't have that rounded shoulder.
He needs more shoulder definition. That's the only problem, or not definition.
But like
more shoulder size. But that was it.
He does remind me of Dolph Lundgren, when Dolph Lundgren played He-Man in that 90s He-Man movie. Do you remember that movie?
No. Oh my God. When was the last time? I don't. Yeah.
Not the greatest movie. Back then when I was still a kid, like, it was still cool to see him. I think it was 80s, or it was either late 80s or early 90s. It was still cool to see. But yeah, the new Street Fighter looks super accurate. Like,
dude, I cannot wait for that
doing
movie.
It as close to the, like, they might have even got it even more than Mortal Kombat. And like,
whoever's using the term accuracy slop accuracy slop, go fuck yourself. There is no such thing as accuracy slop. Well, that's what the movie says. He said, I think
this is cartoons. Like, they're literally, that's what we want. No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah, okay,
like,
yeah,
this is what we want.
I read the comment.
Like, I want it to be accurate. Every fan forever has been yelling at these companies to, like, we don't want to see you make a hyper real version of this shit. Don't make it if it's not going to be the fun that we grew up with. That's the reason we want to see these made into movies. That's why this new Mortal Kombat was so much better than that last one. And even this one could have been even a little bit more accurate, but still, like, most of it was pretty fucking accurate. And that's what was awesome about it. Like, I didn't hear anybody complaining about it being too accurate, you know?
Tenderloin Stew says, where but here am I going to hear a guy who looks like an ex-con with a bald head and an eye patch say, it's not my He-Man?
Hey, fuck you. I am not an ex-con. So you shouldn't be judging someone based on an appearance or some shit.
Yeah, Tenderloin Stew. Okay, let's finish this. Let's finish it.
I mean,
what am I supposed to do?
You are he who will restore peace to Eternia.
Skeletor.
I mean, he looks really good as far as, like,
our world.
The face and everything. But I agree, like, it would have been nice if he had a little bit more
Oh, sorry.
I mean, look, dude, the guy is super jacked, dude.
Yeah, he's, god damn it. Yeah, it's just, I just need just a little, like, one more inch around those shoulders.
I think what it is, it's more of the build. They should have got someone that was a little more stocky build.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a little bit, like I said, he is very close to Dolph Lundgren. Like, they went with someone that's built more like Dolph Lundgren, who's like 6'4", you know what I mean? And, like, when you're 6'4", you're not like Stallone. You know, like Zac Efron and Stallone are able to get that because they're like 5'9", you know, 5'8", 5'9". But when you're like 6'4", it's like Schwarzenegger. It's, you know, you have the more longer, big muscles.
Yeah, I'm points are not being taken away. I'm not saying the movie's going to be bad. I just, like, if I had to complain about one thing, I just want one more inch on those shoulders. That's
I do like though that the toys for this movie do look like him. And so I like that. I like that for the little kids that are going to love this movie and the little boys that this is going to be their favorite thing. Like, their He-Man is going to resemble this version and not. Because, like I said, I just think that growing up with these, like, things in our heads of that you could look a certain way, like, it's just like, you know, there's a line where we got to be careful with when you're idolizing these things growing up with these, I don't know, like, unrealistic.
No, I don't think so. They should be as cartoonish as possible, and it's still fun. I disagree.
When it's cartoon, it's different.
Mechanic. And Ram Man.
Hell yeah!
Like, look at that, dude!
Fisto!
Like, look how accurate those fuckers are.
I know, but then why race swap Man-at-Arms? Why? I'm sure he's going to be great. I'm sure he's going to be a fine Man-at-Arms. I'm sure nobody.
I just love who they got as the actor, so I don't give a shit.
Why? Like, if you're going to go for this, why? Why do the race swap? Why do it?
Because there is no one else. They got to have someone that's
bullshit, brother. That is bullshit. That nobody else can play Man-at-Arms. Nobody else can play Man-at-Arms.
No,
you just talked about 3 or 4 different actors that could have played He-Man.
Stop. That's not what I said.
That's
not what I said. I said, who else are they going to have play or anybody of any color at all? Because, like, literally the entire cast, they're all white, like white.
So what? Why? If fucking if what's his name comes out with another movie, are you gonna bitch about how there's no white people in it? Like, why? That's the problem with this. And I wouldn't even, if this were 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't even be saying anything. But the fact that it's like, it's just
that's the thing. When Jordan Peele does make a movie, Jordan Peele does have white people in his movies.
I wasn't talking about Jordan Peele. I was talking about it's coming off and people are going to think because I'm being loud that I have more of a problem with this than I do. I really don't. It's just one of the. It's just one of those.
To me,
things.
it's about what you have the whole giant cast of people. Like, it would be one thing if they made the majority of them race swapped and things like that. Then I would be like, but dude, they need to make like I am.
Well, you don't need to. That's the problem.
They do.
They
do because why?
Why?
Do because this is for kids. Because at the end of the
what?
day,
so fucking what? That's,
yes, we want to be happy with it, but it's for kids.
It's not really for
and
kids.
I
it's
don't think it's
cartoon.
healthy.
It's
yes,
not
but
really
it's also for the
kids
right now.
Sure. But
every
but
friend I have that has a little boy is excited about going. Yes, for the adults, but it's also for the kids. They're the ones that are going to watch it over and over and over. And like I said, this is going to become their He-Man. And it's not healthy, dude, to have an entire cast of people and they're all this one stereotype, especially when they're fucking aliens. Like, it makes no sense.
But we're not.
It's just because it was in the 80s when everything was white.
Not everything was white in the 80s. And that's not even an argument. And that's not the argument.
No,
like,
we talked about that. The like,
if you're talking, if you're
all of our cartoons growing
this
up,
is not an original film.
Cartoons and shit.
This is not an original film. This is an adaptation. It's an adaptation, right? If you are adapting a property, why do the race swap? Why is it important? Why do you have to do it? Why?
I would have a bigger problem with it if it was like some random, but it's one of the best actors we have, period, who actually sounds and resembles Man-at-Arms really, really well. He just simply has darker skin. So,
okay,
like,
fine. Nobody else could have played.
I think I would have more of a problem with it if it was just some random, like what they do. Like we talked about this last week when we were talking about Mortal Kombat, like race swapping for someone that doesn't look anything like Jade. Like I do agree with you on it. I wouldn't have had a problem.
To pull up a picture of Man-at-Arms?
Dude, I'm telling you,
he doesn't look anything like him.
And bullshit.
Okay. All right, I'll pull it up.
He just has different colored skin. He's the same build. He's got the same like facial shape. Like he's very similar to Man-at-Arms, just simply dark skin.
I don't want to do this fucking comparison. Hang on.
Dude, He-Man was like my favorite thing in the entire world when I was a kid. So like I'm very comfortable with
Look, I know, and I'm not
Man-at-Arms, I'm just telling you, like his voice is
I'm not
dead
trying
on.
to make I'm not trying to make this a big deal because again, for the third time.
Because Man-at-Arms
really
almost seemed like a black guy.
Let me just finish.
Like that's the other thing. He almost seemed like a black guy in the show. And I think it was voiced by a black guy. I think the original cartoon Man-at-Arms.
I hope he was actually.
I remember her. I think he was.
While you're looking that up, I'm just going to say my thought. I don't actually think that this is that big of a deal. I'm just so fatigued. I'm just tired of seeing random race or gender swaps on already established characters, not for story, not for character, not for anything else, but just because it's a fucking Hollywood production and they have this ideology that they need to push. And I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore because that's what it is. It's not just like, oh, it's this. It's an ideology that's being pushed and I'm just tired of it.
No,
and
I get what you're saying when we're forcing
anything
shit,
to do with
at the
it.
same time,
I'm sure this is going to be a great movie. It's just
to me when there's
like
certain
said,
things that make sense.
Ago,
like to me, this
not even
makes
10
sense.
years ago, 20 years ago now. It's just like it, but it really doesn't because again, it's an established property. Like I didn't have a problem. Obviously, we already talked about this. I didn't have a problem with Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. I thought that was great casting. I thought he did a great job.
And to me,
awesome character.
That's what this
but
is.
it's just every. It's
that's
just
why I don't understand
everything
why
has it now.
If you're
it's just
okay with Nick
everything.
Fury,
no, but no, that doesn't.
Fury?
You can't. No, you can't just reduce that. You can't reduce it all the way
I'm
to
asking,
like, well, if you're
what's the
okay with
difference?
one character, you should be okay with all of it.
No, I'm
And
saying,
again,
I'm asking you, what is the difference?
Look, the difference is that it's not permeating media.
Because
it's not,
to me,
not,
the one about Jade, I understood.
Question.
The one with Jade, I understood, right? Because she looks totally different and like, but to me, this is much closer to Nick Fury.
It's right. Again, if this movie came out 20 years ago, I would probably react the exact same way. But the fact that we have on record, the fact that the Academy Awards are not the only reason Nolan, I like, this is my conspiracy theory. The only reason Nolan has any diversity, quote unquote, in a Greek movie for the Odyssey is so that he can qualify to win an Oscar. The Oscars will not qualify you unless you have all these boxes checked. So it's not just a bunch of like alt-right conspiracy theories that, you know, they're just race swapping everybody. They are,
I know,
there's a quota. Forward doing it, and it's just
but
so
it's a
complicated.
It's such a complicated thing because it's like, I understand in theory why they started enforcing this stuff. It's just like the coach thing in the NFL, the Rooney Rule, where you have to interview a certain amount of minorities, right, for your job before you hire. And it's like, it didn't really help. Like, it's one of those things where you're forcing these token interviews where they're still going to hire who they think is best for the job. And if it's a racist old white fuck, he's still going to hire, you know, a not black person. You know what I mean? And like, that's what we saw in the NFL forever. And it wasn't the Rooney Rule that started changing things. It was different ownership and society as a whole being more and more open and accepting of all races and stuff, right? That's what changed it. It wasn't the Rooney Rule. And so like, that's why I do agree with you. However, I think when it's done right, and like, to me, this is one that is done right because
I'm sure he's going to be great.
It would be
I'm sure he's going to be
great. My issue would have been if they like changed the character to make it something, right? If they made Man-at-Arms all of a sudden a gay white woman or a gay whatever, you know what I mean? Like something like that, then I would have had more issue with, like, if they're changing the character. But when you're literally casting a phenomenal actor who sounds right, who's roughly the right build, and is very masculine, like, because Man-at-Arms has to be super masculine. Like, that's a big thing about Man-at-Arms. He's got to be that fatherly type of figure. And that's why I like this. I think it's a good casting for what it is. But I do agree with you at the same time. I hate seeing, that's why I always talk about the Disneyfication of Hollywood, where Disney has a fucking, literally like a quota. We got to have 1.5 gay people in our movie. Though. We got to have, you know.
Yeah, but it's not just Disney
the worst
anymore.
About it.
Yeah,
they're the worst about it.
Yeah. And again, this would not be a big deal
part
to
of
me.
the positive changes we're seeing. That's why I push back with you on this, because to me, this is the right way of doing it.
Make more original.
Adding
movies.
Some diversity.
Make more original.
Without changing the product.
Just make original black characters. That's all you got to do.
Well, yeah,
that's all you got to do. And that's all. And I would watch the shit out of it if it's good.
You should do that. But I also don't.
No,
think it's
you
a
should
problem
not just do that. No, if
like the whole Harry Potter Snape thing, I understand that.
All right.
And people having a problem with that more because, like, the guy doesn't look anything at all like Snape. He doesn't sound like Snape. There's nothing about him that's like Snape.
It's just so tired.
I know, it's 2 weeks in a row we argue about this.
I know, man, but it's because it's just like, oh fuck.
And yeah, the best I can tell, it was a man named Alvin Sanders, and he is a black man. He voiced multiple characters on
who voiced Man-at-Arms. Good. I'm happy. I'm happy.
That's the best I can tell. I can't. It doesn't tell me because everybody did like lots of voices.
All right.
So there's like only certain people, like John Irwin did He-Man and Alvin Oppenheimer did Skeletor, but like the rest of the voice cast like did multiple characters. So it's hard to pinpoint exactly, but it looks like he was who did Man-at-Arms without doing super deep research. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Let's just fucking finish.
Let's move on.
All right.
Mr. Allen!
It's Adam, dude.
Hey, put your neck away. Let me show you what real power looks like.
The time for talk is over.
Put your neck away.
Can you come help me with this?
Whoa. It is quite heavy, so if you could just...
Oh my god, yeah.
I need to see. God damn it!
It looks super fun.
No, it looks great. I'm excited. I'm gonna see it. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sorry, chat, that I had to subject you to something that's not surface level bullshit. Sorry. I'm not reading any of your chats because I don't want to bring it back up again.
It's
So
a conversation that needs to be had. And like, that's why I hope
agree.
people understand where we're coming from, because
They
neither
don't.
of
They-
us
they
are
won't.
coming
They-
from a point of view of like hate or or really being angry at each other. It's more of like, these are the conversations that need to happen. This is why shit like this exists in the first place. It's because people didn't have these conversations.
Right. No, and again, I know how I get. I get loud. I get passionate. It sounds like I'm all pissed off, and I'm not. I really don't even care that much. It's just tiresome. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. And like in there's a lot of situations and cases where I am with you and I get pissed off about a lot of the same stuff too. I just think this one in particular, I'm okay with, but there are definitely ones where I'm not. And I'm like, because sometimes it looks forced. It looks like the filmmakers literally just forced someone in. You know, it's like, we got to fit these demographics.
getting to obsession,
So we got to
don't worry.
put so-and-so person in or so-and-so thing in. This is one that doesn't feel forced. It feels like they did it the right way.
Fire says, are you really truly not angry? Yes, I am really truly not angry. I'm like I was trying to explain. I'm just fatigued. I'm exhausted from seeing.
Being frustrated with something isn't angry. There's a difference.
Yeah. It's I hope so, because it seems like it truly bothers you on a societal level. I think it's a problem. I think it is a problem that we are tokenizing Black people again, but we're tokenizing them in the opposite way.
Yeah,
that's what bothers me.
It's like the whole thing Morgan Freeman
writing stories.
says,
We have like two
Morgan
or three.
Freeman always says, racism won't ever go away until Black stops being a thing, until people stop being like that Black guy. You know what I mean? Like identifying instead of this human, this man, you have to say, oh, this Black person, this Mexican person, this whatever. Like, as long as you're stereotyping and all that shit, like racism will always be there because you're dividing people.
Right. So that is my issue. I would rather see, I used to watch, do you remember the cartoon Static Shock?
Oh yeah. Static Shock.
I used to watch that cartoon every day. Loved it. Why haven't we gotten a Static Shock movie?
Yeah.
There's an original Black character. Why do we?
But I don't think a lot of that stuff is popular enough.
It doesn't matter. Iron Man was a C level character until the Marvel movies put him to an A level.
Yeah.
I guarantee nobody was talking about Iron Man until Robert Downey Jr. came out and made a great Iron Man movie. He was a C-list.
We've seen people try to do that, but like, for instance, Blue Beetle was a perfect example of that, but nobody went and saw it. And it wasn't that great of a movie. It was just kind of mid, and it sucks because that would have been a perfect opportunity to have a Latino character, but that's actually a cool character as well.
Yeah. That's like
that's
what I get
Black
upset
Panther.
about.
Black Panther is one word actually fucking really worked.
Right.
It's like,
yes, you cannot have a white Black Panther. Oh, well, you could.
No,
but you should.
I'm saying like that's what should be done, is where you instead of changing, you have a character who is Black. You have
and
a
make
character
original
who
movies.
is Latino. Yeah.
Sinners, great.
There are people
Blade,
out there trying to
great.
do it.
Get Out, great. Like
Is God
Candyman,
is.
Candyman, great. Like,
Is
these are
God
all fantastic movies, original characters, Black, leading cast, blah blah blah. Like, you get everything you want out of it. What they're doing nowadays is it's just racism. It's just racism in the opposite direction. That's all it is, and that's why I get mad about it. That's why I get upset about it, because it's just like, you're not actually doing anything. You're just tokenizing in the other way. That's all you're doing. And it's upsetting. It's stupid. All right. I want to get off this because we got to talk about obsession. We have to talk about the best movie to come out in 2025. That's what we have to talk about. That's my review.
The best in 2025 is where I push
six. The best in 2026. Sorry. So
oh yeah.
We are back in 20.
I will take that.
It is the year 26.
I will take that a step further. And I've seen it twice now, and I've had like a week to sit on it. And I think it's the best in at least 10 years. I think it's that good. Because I definitely think it's better than anything last year. The last movie, to me, the ones that are in the conversation with it, is When Evil Lurks and the Substance. Those are both movies that I'm like, are up there with it.
The Substance was 2024.
No, I'm saying in the last 10 years. Like those are the only two movies where I feel like, because I think I would put it above Talk to Me. I would put it above Talk to Me.
Ow.
Dude, it's some of the most original writing and one of the best performances we've seen since Toni Collette
really good.
in Hereditary.
It's really good.
Like, there's like nothing I would change about it.
Yeah.
Like,
hang on a second.
Crazy.
I'll be right back. Give your review if you want. I got to turn on a light.
Well, I did a review in my last video, but I just think it's a phenomenal movie.
Fine. Okay. All right. Well, then I'll talk about it. So here's
what is the chat?
Chat is excellent segue. Demonessa says, "Thank you."
I know that was
people under
totally
the stairs.
Flawless, smooth.
B Movie Theater says, "I'm still sitting with it, but I loved it." Yes, this is the mark of a good movie is one that makes you think about it after you've seen it. And
the mark of a good movie is that it gets better. The longer you think about it, the better it gets. And like that's what Obsession has done, because I left the theater being like, that's definitely the best this year. And the longer I thought about it, the more I worked out the whole thing in my head. I'm like, dude,
Heather, go see it. You have to go see it.
Because End Neverett, her performance is, dude, like it's next level.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff she does, like, is I don't know another way to put it other than that it's super original. Like facial expressions, body movements, like there's things she does that, like, I watch so much horror. And so if anybody ever does something that stands out as, whoa, I haven't seen that before. The only times that usually happens is when someone comes up with a crazy new special effect or prop. Like Talk to Me, the hand, super unique looking fucking prop. Because never really seen anything like that. This movie doesn't have that. It has her. And she literally just, there's like, dude, that like the scenes where she's in the dark, like standing there watching him and shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like NFT, that's why anybody waiting to stream this is a fucking fool. Like you need to go see this in theater.
You should go see it in theater, yeah. But if you are waiting, then just try as hard as you can to not get into any conversations or see any spoilers or anything. You gotta, there's not a lot of massive. Like there's
no twist
spoilers.
But there is. There is and there isn't.
For you. All right.
Like I've already seen dude, when I released my video on last Friday, there were people in the chat already talking about the cat and stuff, and I'm like, even that is a fucking spoiler. Like, just don't, you don't want to know anything. Like the less you know about it, the better. But it doesn't have twist, and that's what it doesn't have. Right, that
there's no real
twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B Movie Theater says, I think it's one of the most important horror movies to come out over the past 10 years because of how many conversations it starts. Agreed. And one of them actually is because I'm gonna
who's the villain?
Right. Well,
that's been a huge Twitter war.
So Demonessa says after thinking on it, Demonessa says after thinking on it, I realized just how much of a villain Bear really is. I disagree.
So do I.
I don't think he's a villain at all. I don't
really think
decisions. He makes bad decisions, and he also is a victim.
Hold on. Pause. Put the spoiler thing on the screen. If you have not seen this is enough of a spoiler that you should just stop watching. Because like anything about who's the villain and any of this, it's all because like there isn't a moment in the movie. There isn't this one big twist in the movie.
You're right.
So the only way to really spoil it is by like kind of, you know what I mean? Telling what the movie is about and shit.
Maybe it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Damn it.
We're not going to do a heavy spoiler. We're not going to do a heavy spoiler, but
I don't know.
It's
I
enough
might
of a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, you might want to
say something.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Put the spoiler thing on screen. Like if you have not seen this, you might want to turn
Heather, sorry. Heather, come back later or whatever.
Because it's one of those movies that is a lot of times it's easy to talk about a movie without spoiling it because there's like one big key moment, like as long as you don't talk about that, you're good. But with a movie like this, every little thing is an ingredient on what makes it great. And so it's almost like every little thing is also a spoiler. You know, like I said, even the cat thing, which, yeah, it doesn't ruin the movie if you know about that, but that's just one more piece of what makes the movie so disturbing.
I gotta move. Oh, never mind.
But yeah, okay, so who's the villain? I agree with you. I don't think Bear's the villain.
Wait. Should I leave the spoiler alert up because it's being covered by the chat?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. People can still see that it's a spoiler.
All right, sorry guys. Sorry. Okay.
But we're just warning you, like, we're not going to get into crazy heavy spoilers. We're not going to say what happens at the end or anything. But like, we just want to warn everybody. So if you have not seen this and don't want anything about it spoiled at all, then you might want to stop watching.
Okay. Where is,
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find the Demoness's chat that I put up, and like, did it just disappear?
Oh, the one about who's the villain?
Yeah. Okay, well, never mind. I can't find it. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Okay, I found it. Okay, so yes, this is a conversation. And a lot of women apparently watched this from a woman's perspective and did not try to watch this from a man's perspective. And I'm sure there's plenty of men that watch this and tried not to watch it from the woman's perspective.
Yeah, but I don't think it's quite.
I don't know
that
how you
simple.
could have done that. So
I don't think it's that simple, though. I don't think it's just that.
No. Okay, yes, I'm.
Yeah, you say your part, and then I'll come in.
I'm laying a foundation here. So there is, if you just watch this movie and you just watch it front to back, you see the events play out. You could, if that's all you're doing, make the argument that Bear is a villain. However, I think if you spend some time actually thinking about it, watching the sequences, what happens, why he did what he did, if was there malice behind it, and then the other follow-up decisions throughout the film that he makes, is there malice here? And then also consider what it is like for two people to be in a relationship where one person is that controlling. I know a lot of people have been in relationships like that. I've been in a recent relationship like that. And there was a lot of, I was getting a lot of like weird, I was being affected. I was affected by this film.
Yeah, but that's not why they're saying Bear's. I don't really
know.
think that's why people are saying Bear's.
Well,
the villain.
no, that's there. Okay. I haven't got there yet. What I'm trying to say is there is a lot to unpack here. And I don't think that there is, because and we'll go through the chat and we'll talk. I don't think that there is a villain in this movie.
No.
So
well, no, well, yes and no. Because I would say there isn't one person who is through and through the villain, but everybody in it, and at some point or another, has villainous behavior, and like does
not everybody
something out of selfishness. Yeah, there's only one victim in this movie.
Yeah,
and that's in Everett. Like, she's the only victim because she literally is not even there.
Well, then there's two victims. then there's two victims.
No, because even her, she does selfish shit. To me, the most villainous character in this, though, to me, the most villainous character in the entire movie, though, nobody's talking about, and that's the best friend. He could have stopped any of this from ever happening in the first
That
place.
is true.
He's a piece of shit, dude. He's supposed to be his best friend.
He's
supposed to be his best friend. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah. That is
and
true.
then
right,
even then at the end, dude, I won't say what happens, but at the end with the whole money thing, even then, because he's like basically asking for help. He's just like,
I cracked up at that scene.
Yep, that was funny as fuck.
I cracked up and like I felt weird laughing because I was like,
no,
I know
there's
like
no,
there's bad shit about that. No,
like,
I know.
They're a comedy duo. That's where they got their start. Curry Barker and Tomlinson. That like they're a duo, a comedian duo on YouTube. Is how they got started. And dude, isn't that wild though? How comedians are who we're realizing make the best horror movies?
I don't think it's wild. I think comedy and horror are bedfellows because
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's YouTubers and comedians are the ones that are just absolutely killing the game right now.
Right, because you write a horror movie the same way you write a joke. So
but the
makes
reason,
sense.
but this is the reason, dude. The reason that the YouTubers are making the best horror, everybody is missing. It's not that, like, a lot of the reasons that people are saying, it's because they get so much fucking practice before they ever make a movie. Like everybody's like, oh, there's their feature debut. It's like, no, dude. These people have been making movies for like even oh fuck, what's his name that made the movie about the sub at the beginning of the year, fucking, where he's in a sea of blood, that was based on a video game.
Oh, Iron Lung.
Yeah, even him, like, yes, this is his first movie, but he's been a YouTuber for fucking 12 years. Like, he's been on camera and has learned what people like and don't like and all those things. That, dude, that's crazy amount of practice. The same with the Philippou brothers. Like, they've been making skit comedies and little shorts and like shit like this for 10 plus years. So, like, these are pros. Like, these people have been making content forever. And so it's like, of course they're going to be able to knock a movie out of the park because they're just giving more resources, but they're just scaling it up.
Fire Frost says Obsession should be a required viewing for young men. Why just young men? And it is like a Fatal Attraction warning. You mean Fatal Attraction like the movie? I don't think this movie should be required viewing for young men.
So where Bear is the villain?
Jack says Bear's the villain. No, he's not. Sorry.
No, there are elements of Bear that are the villain. Like, for one, when he realizes what is going on, right, that one scene where he just goes back and still like screws her, that's probably the most villainous moment in the movie, when he realizes what's going on and he still does that and still, like, because that's the moment where he embraces this. Prior to that,
well, I don't think he embraces
a mistake. Like, he didn't know and that's why everybody's saying he's a villain. Like, that's not fair, because he's a victim in a lot of ways too. He had no idea this was going to actually work,
and he didn't even know what was going on. And I don't even think.
No,
I also don't even think he actually believed it when he called the 800 number.
But by that point, he does know.
I think he knows something's
because
wrong.
Because at that point,
because
remember, she already went like Fruit Loops to a certain extent at that point.
Yeah, but I don't think he actually knows what is wrong. I don't think, like, obviously we as an audience know what's going on, but just what he's experiencing.
Yeah, but I think a big part of that is him lying to himself, which is selfishness.
Yeah, yep. It was, but
because at that point,
I don't think
that's what makes him a villain to a certain extent. Is that?
No.
But I also think that, like I said, I think everybody plays a role in this.
Bad
because
decisions doesn't
even
make
in
villain,
who is not actually there, she's still kind of a villain too. Because, dude, she knows this guy has a thing for her, and she's banging his best friend. She's teasing
taking
him,
advantage of him, leading him on. Yeah, she's not like a good person. Like, they're fine people, but she's not like she's
not completely innocent.
I was correcting myself. Right, that's what I meant to say. She's not completely innocent, and she even gave like
anybody that's completely innocent in this.
She gave him a chance. She's like, "Do you like me?" And yeah, he should have manned up. But like, that's also a terrifying situation to be in. If you're not a man, you don't get it. Sorry, that's like. That is a situation that you.
Yeah, but that's pretty pussy, dude. Like, that's pretty pussy.
I agree. Wait. I agree. I'm not saying he did the right thing.
He's pretty pathetic. He's a pretty pathetic character. But being pathetic, being pathetic and selfish does not necessarily make you a villain.
Innocent. She is not innocent. Does that mean she deserves what happened to her in the movie? Absolutely not. So if you think that I'm saying that, fuck off. I'm not saying.
But I think if you have to pick one character,
Bear is not a villain.
He is the most bad decisions. But he is the most of any character in it.
No, he's not.
If you have to say one, no. I'm saying if you have to say one person is the villain, it would be him, because he did start this.
But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say He
But I'm
didn't
just
know
saying,
what he
like,
was doing. That's not
I don't think
villainous
they're
behavior.
like, I wouldn't say like, there's a point when he knows what he's doing. There's a point when he just he just goes with his what he wants over what is right for her and all that shit. But
Okay,
at the
but
same
let-
time,
but
if you
think
want to call
about
him a
what he
villain,
has to
at
do.
the end of the movie, what he does. So like,
yeah, he finally does it. But if anybody like that's
No,
the
no, no,
thing.
but
Like you have to put
is,
yourself.
you
It's
can't
so
say the
easy to be an
character
audience member.
You
It's
can't
so
say the
easy to be an
character's
audience
totally a
member and
villain
watch.
with what he does at the end of the movie.
I think he
Because
redeems himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say he's straight up the villain when the shit that happens, for the most part, is on accident. And then at the end, he redeems himself to a certain extent. So, like, literally, the only villainous element is what he kind of does in the middle, right? He makes some decisions that are kind of villainous, but so does every other person in this movie. So, like, that's why I agree with you. I don't really think there is a villain in the movie, but I think if you had to pick one, he is the closest to a villain.
Demonessa says, I knew he was the villain the minute he had no problem fucking her after the restaurant. Her face said it all. She was not consenting and he knew it. No, I disagree.
No. I push back on that.
Yeah, that's not even.
That's not true because she's like, we find out she's literally not even there. So that's bullshit as far as her not consenting. That's her not into it because she's basically a fucking like a husk.
Demon. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so like
so,
that's
so,
not
so,
at
yeah,
all
sorry,
like that is not like that is wrong. Like that is 100% wrong. Like she is not being raped there. He is taking advantage of the situation. I agree because he at that point knows something is not okay. And at the very least, he thinks there's something mentally wrong with her. And that's when he should be trying to get her help and stuff. And instead he's taking advantage of that. So yes,
intent
it's villainous,
does not negate
it's villainous behavior, but I won't say, I think that's ridiculous. That's way too far.
It's not. It's yeah, that's not. What I was about to say was it's very easy for us as audience members to watch characters do things and judge them based on that. When we're not looking at these characters and why they're doing it or why they're not doing it.
Yeah, but I've been in those shoes. I can easily look at him as a character because I've literally been in my life. I'm an old man. I have literally experienced every single thing that he goes through in that movie, every bit of it. I've experienced being young and a pussy and not having the balls to like, stand up to anybody or tell a girl how you feel or all that. I've experienced all of that. I've experienced like, I don't know if I would say I've experienced taking it. And that's why I say the closest to a villain he is when he kind of takes advantage of the situation in the middle. I've never gone to that level, but I've been in the situation where I could have, and I've chose not to. And that's why you can judge him there and say,
if we're talking about
he is selfish behavior, but I wouldn't I think it's ridiculous if you're trying to say he's a rapist because he's not.
Yeah, he's not. And he's not taking advantage.
He is taking advantage because he says something's wrong. He tells the friend that something's wrong with her.
He thinks that there's something. He thinks that there's something off. Something's weird. But
but he thinks there's something mentally wrong with her. Would you go and be with a girl that you think is mentally broken?
No. I think the justification look, this guy, okay, this poor, pathetic guy is so in love, infatuated with this girl. And it seems like she
infatuated is right. He's not in love. And that's the problem right there.
Infatuated. Right.
If he actually loved her, everything would have played out differently.
Okay. Yes. Probably. So
love is different than infatuation. Right, infatuation can be selfish. Love is not selfish. Love is giving.
He finally thinks that this girl is flipped. She's coming on to him all of the time. There's weird, quirky things that seem off.
I know, and we're not talking about any of that.
Hold on, let me just.
We're talking about when the movie flips.
I'm gonna lose my train of thought.
Flips.
I'm gonna lose my train of thought. They're at the restaurant. She's acting kind of weird. She's acting obsessive. But this is his chance. He is also thinking, I can fix this. This isn't that bad. And that's what happens. This movie ramps up because it's all of these. This isn't that bad. I'm almost done. And then you can talk. I'm almost done. So we don't see what happens between what happens in the restaurant and when they're having sex. She could have been coming on to, or not her, the demon, whatever. She could have been coming on to him the entire time. And then we just pop in at this situation.
We do see all that. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about.
After the restaurant.
That's when the movie flips. And that's when everybody's saying he's a villain, is that part of the movie is when he does, in my opinion, have a villainous moment. But like, besides that, up to that point, I'm with you. And then after that point, things go fucking crazy sideways. But there's that moment of weakness in the middle, because she gets loony at the restaurant, like fucking crazy. Remember? And then he goes and he calls and tries to get them to take the curse off of her. And he says like,
no, that's later.
No, because after the phone call is when he goes in, and that's when she's just like standing there all fucking weird. Because remember, that's when he comes home and she's been standing there the whole day. And that's when he goes on and still screws her. And like at that point, you're like, dude, she literally stood in her own filth for an entire day. There's no she's totally broken at that point, and yet he still
I get to go watch.
Is like he kind of does. I get to go watch this again and gives in. He just kind of like gives in because he wants it so bad, and that's the problem. And that's
I'm trying to remember when he called. I didn't know he called that early. I thought they called the number after that.
But that's,
I don't know.
I don't know. But that's, I still wouldn't. I think saying that he's a rapist or whatever, that's ludicrous. He is lying to himself. I agree. He is being selfish, even though there is doubt in his mind at that point, and he still keeps lying to himself to keep this going.
Look, it's not good behavior, but it is excusable. It's not excusable. It's believable. We believe that it's believable that this could happen based on what these characters, their wants, their needs, his wants, his needs,
but it's
still, what he's trying to achieve.
He still has moment of villainous behavior. Making him out as a villain, I don't agree with. But like saying he makes some selfish decisions that are not okay.
I don't think making selfish decisions makes you a villain, though. That's the thing. It doesn't make you a villain.
And that's why I don't think there is a villain, and that's what makes the movie so damn good. It's like Talk to Me is the same way. Where what made Talk to Me such a good fucking movie as well is that there isn't anyone who is like, everybody is kind of a mess. You know what I mean? Like everybody plays a role in this thing. Like When Evil Lurks is the same thing, where there isn't any one person who is the villain. You know, if you want to say who the villain is, well, the villain's the demon, which is not even really a demon. I don't know. That's another thing I loved about the movie, is that you don't really know exactly what you're dealing with. But if anything, that is right. That's the evil.
Yeah, I think it's
that's the villain in the movie. And if anything, it's whoever the like Lucifer, whatever you want to, whoever creates that magic in the first place, the monkey paw kind of situation, like whatever that is the villain of the movie.
Yeah. B-Movie
but
Theater
everybody in it plays a part in the mess as well.
B-Movie Theater says, I think they are both the villains because how the movie approaches the toxicity within toxic relationships from both the male and female perspective. I would agree with that.
Yes and no, because I agree that it is touching on that, and that it is on purpose, like they are addressing that. So there's like two ways you can look at the movie. You can look at the subtext. You can look at the subtext that's kind of underneath and what the movie is really trying to say. And yes, it's about toxic relationships and it isn't just the two of them. It's toxic relationships beyond just the two of them, because it takes the other two friends are also a part of the equation.
Right.
And it's a whole, relationships. A lot of times we forget how friends and family can also feed into this toxic behavior and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every time a mom looks the other way when she knows that her son is treating like you know how many people you'll see where you see the husband abusing the wife in front of his mom and she'll just look the other way or make excuses for him. You know what I mean? The mom now is just as culpable as the son. And like they're, you know, like toxic relationships are complicated because of that. And so I love that. But it's also
that.
on the surface. And I think
complicated.
But I think on the surface, it is there isn't exactly a villain. You know, like on face value.
She says, remember when he finally called the 800 number, he didn't ask for her to go back to herself. He wanted it altered, still for his own benefit. Yes, that is a selfish decision. It is not a villainous decision.
Yeah, we're not. No, neither of us are saying like he is an innocent victim in this. Like he is.
Sorry, Chad, we're almost done. I think
a part of the problem is anything. He's not straight up a villain. He is just not straight up a villain.
Okay.
But no, God is. That's the movie out right now that nobody is talking about, and it is so fucking good.
I just wish the title wasn't so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't want to talk
about
that.
The movie, you understand more.
B Movie Theater says, I wish I could have viewed this movie through the lens of someone who hasn't lived through the traumas. Yeah, you and me both, B Movie.
No, I don't think that's I think it's even more profound if you have. It's like I've lived through it on both sides. Like I've been the one who was more of the problem in a lot of ways, where my selfishness and being immature, like I'm not the abuser. I've never been like an abusive kind of guy. It's just not in me, but I've been the selfish one, you know what I mean? And like where the relationship kind of revolves around me, like I'm the son. And as you grow up, you realize like, that's not healthy either. Like a healthy relationship needs to be equal parts. You know, you need to both give and take. But then I've also been on many, many times where I was the one abused, like big time, from physical to mental abuse, you know, very toxic, like women that were fucking loony, like straight up like lunatics. So I mean, I've seen it all. So I don't think that's like, I think it's good when you've seen it because you can understand it.
Goodbye, Mr. Wonderful. Peace and boobs to you as well. Solo is asking if
why is he leaving?
I don't know, but that was a while. That was like 15 minutes.
We're about done with the spoilers.
I'm trying to.
Oh,
are we
probably
done?
Because he was
I'm going through the chat. I'm leaving the spoiler alert up.
Go through the chat first. Yeah. Yeah, do that first.
Still spoilers. She could also have been annoyed that he was only friends with her because he wanted to bang her. I don't think that he was just friends with her because he wanted to bang her.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
That's not true at all. He developed feelings for her.
He wasn't just trying to have.
He developed feelings for her throughout the friendship. We like the opening scene, so that's not.
And that's why it is more complicated, because at that point, there is the point, like I'm saying, where it flips, and you can, like, he does do something that's not okay when he but
what is
up to that point, he does make a lot of excuses and stuff, but you gotta realize we're not like, it's shown in a way where it almost feels like it was a couple days, but I think it was supposed to be like quite a while has gone by where they are in like a healthy, happy relationship. You know what I mean? And like, so then imagine that we're talking, I think, this person. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you realize, because it seems, I mean, like they show like multiple dates, like doing all these different things. Like there's a montage that's like a lot of time going by. Yeah. And so that you got to keep all that in mind. Like that makes it all way more complicated.
Demonessa, please define redemption for me. And if you stop yourself from doing something wrong after realizing that what you're doing is wrong, and tell me if that's redemption or not, please.
That's not redemption.
If you're doing something wrong, you realize it's wrong.
Redemption is doing something wrong and trying to make it right. That's redemption.
Yeah, but you can only do that. You and I just said the same thing.
No.
What he did at the end of the movie.
Before you do it, if you stop yourself before you do it, that's not redemption.
No, you're doing it.
You stopped it before you did it.
Okay.
But at the end of the movie, yes, he does the ultimate redemption.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
you can't
all
more.
He could do, and he finally did it. Did it take him a while to get there? Yes.
Well, yeah.
Did he try to find any other way that he didn't have to kill himself? Yes. But then he finally did. That is redemption. It's dirty. It doesn't feel good. This is not a feel good ending.
No.
But
it's a very Texas Chainsaw Massacre ending.
It is a redemption.
Which is fucking
ending.
awesome. Like at the end of Texas, where she's in the back of the bed of the truck and losing her mind. Like this reminded me so much of that. Like it was awesome.
Gaston says it's funny to see the faces DJ puts with no sound.
Did he mute us so he wouldn't hear the spoilers?
Yeah. Smiley says sounds like the villain is the Wish. Sorry. We are 15 minutes behind in the chat. Demonessa and everybody talking. So we're gonna, sorry if we repeat some stuff. Yes, that scene is not a good scene for Bear, where she tells him to kill her and he doesn't want to. And he asks, is this really that bad to be with me? But at that point, he's not even, he's not even, at that point.
Yeah, but that's after the scene where he has sex with her.
Well, yeah,
because that's when she's sleeping and he is awake or whatever. Because at that point, that's the point in the movie when he starts to frantically try to figure out how he's gonna he realizes he's fucked. At that point,
what I was trying to say, sorry, was that when he's like, would this be, is it so bad to be with me? He's not even talking to her. He's talking to the demon thing. Oh no, he is talking to her because she's like breaking through. I gotta watch this again.
Yeah.
I
and
have
he's
to.
like, and
But yeah,
she's
no,
like,
that's not
you've
a good
never
look.
been with me.
That's
Prior to that, that is the moment when he realizes. And so everything prior to that, you can write off to him. And that is when the movie also takes a shift, because at that point, he's just trying to survive and trying to figure out how to fix this. He's not taking advantage of her anymore at that point, because that's the first time in the movie when he realizes that this isn't even her.
B-Movie Theater says it's not that he wanted her to love him, it's that he wants her to love him the way he loves her, not how she loves her, not how she views love herself. Yes, and I think that's a really good point. He makes the wrong wish. He makes the wrong wish. I mean, and he also didn't know.
But that's the whole point of the monkey paw. That's why the monkey paw is such a timeless story, and it's always so interesting. And this is the coolest version I think I've ever seen of that story. But basically, that's what this is. It's like a super old.
This is a great, this is
because the monkey paw goes back to Indian. It's like an Indian story from India, so it goes back thousands of years, I believe. But it's one of the most timeless stories, because that's the point. It's if you make the wish out of selfishness, it comes back to haunt you. Is basically what it always ends up being at the end of the monkey paw story.
Demonessa says, okay, no more spoilers for me. I promise. Just first time I've had a chance to talk about it. And it's okay. And we'll probably end up
same here. I don't have anybody to talk to about this. That's why
I'm waiting for my
review. I didn't get to spoil it.
I'm waiting for my other friends to see it so we can finally talk about it. It's my other buddy Jason. It's taken him so fucking long to. I think he saw it. What's today? Wednesday? I think he saw it yesterday, and we just haven't been able to talk about it yet.
Dude, I don't have a single friend to talk to movies about. I don't have anybody. I literally have no one. Because that's part of why I think I'm good at talking about movies they're not spoiler free, is just because I don't ever talk about them in a spoiler way, because I don't have a single friend that I can talk to them, because I can talk to all you guys and have to be spoiler free.
Demonessa says redemption in the sense of the ending. He stopped what would have redeemed himself. He did try to throw up the sleeping pills. He did do that. He did try to do that. I think it's very hard. He took them, and then the will to survive took over.
Yeah.
And
I loved that because I feel
And
like he wants to end it, but it's like the whole
What's
thing
up,
of
Lee?
when you drown, you don't drown from lack of oxygen. You drown because your lungs fill up with the liquid.
With water, yeah.
Yeah. Like people
Yeah.
don't think about that. But when you
But
drown,
it's just
nobody drowns because they just didn't have air. Your lungs fill completely with water because you suck in the water. Like it's human nature to survive, no matter, you know, the mind is still a part of your body. It's still, you know,
I mean, it's
so like,
hard. It's for, and I don't think we can. I don't know how deep we can get into this subject, but when you're talking about suicide,
but that's the reason
and-
why
and
the
we're talking
bullet
about the
is always the best way, because there is no backing out. It's just boom, it's over.
right? But it's even, like it's still. How hard would it be to pull that trigger, even in that terrible situation, and something you could
Well,
like?
that's why
like
they always
even
say
Esther, could you
someone
do
that
it?
is really committed to killing themselves doesn't take pills. Someone that's really committed to killing themselves shoots themselves, or
Well,
they
yeah,
slit
but
their
people-
wrist
well-
the long way. They do things, you know, most of the time, most people do something that is really a cry of help. Like in
Yeah.
most suicide attempts, they don't really want to actually die. They just don't want to feel what they're feeling anymore.
Right.
And I'd say that's the way it is with him too. Like, it's not that he wants to die.
Yeah, he just doesn't want this
wants
to happen anymore.
Over.
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't want
wants it to
her. Like, he at that point is for sure hating what is going on to her too. Like,
right.
You can say he's a villain all you want, but by the end of the movie, he absolutely hates what he's done to her as well.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, he could have just shot her. Like, everybody forgets that. Like, if he really was the villain, all he had to do was kill her.
Yeah.
Like, at any point, he could have killed her and it's all over.
Yeah.
So I think
Demon
he
Esther says,
genuinely
"No, I wouldn't."
does care about her.
Demon Esther says, "No, I wouldn't do it, but I also have the balls to tell guys how I feel about them." Well, good, Demon Esther. I'm happy you have those balls.
Yeah, but
there's
how
a lot of
old are
women
you?
out there that don't?
Because that's what I was talking about. Like, when I was young, like late teens, I didn't have balls to fucking, and you know, and now I could tell anybody how I feel about them, good or bad. But I'm also a 40-something-year-old man. So it's like, as you get older, you get more confident and assertive and all of those things.
Mr. Jim says, Chris Gore of Film Threat mentioned DJ Remark and the Hellgate at the end of today's Hollywood on the Rocks. Great opportunity to reach a large audience of potential Death Rattle subscribers.
Yeah, Cobweb fucking shouted it out.
Cobweb shouted out the Hellgate. Well, sort of. He didn't
And
think it was very good, but
that's not what he said.
Yeah, he did.
He actually gave you the most. No, that's not what he said. He gave you a really fair, like, honest review.
I think he gave me a
said the
super
good
fair,
and the
honest
bad
review. But wait, dude.
the
He
good
said
and
it
the bad.
wasn't. He said it wasn't a very good movie. I'll pull it up.
That's not what he said.
I'm gonna pull it up.
He did not say that. That's what your ears heard because you're
Okay,
too close
all right.
to the source. That's not.
No,
what he
I'm
said.
gonna. All right. Okay. I'm
He
gonna
said
pull
it was
it up.
fun and it was an honest. He really liked how it was honest. It was an honest movie and it was like, you know, a fun little movie. But he was also like, you know, it's still flawed.
I have to win this argument. Because I know exactly what I heard. What's going on here? I can't. All right, hang on a second. Hang on a second, chat.
Because what I heard is him say pretty close to the way I feel about it. Like very similar in what I've told you. Like when I'm not on the air, like when I've told you behind, you know, like my gripes with the movie and stuff too. Like, you know, pretty much none of them have to do with you, but or for
All
the
right,
most
I
part.
gotta take spoilers down. All right, hang on. Let me just ask real quick. Demon Esther says in 40s and I'm fucking fabulous. So you just proved
Exactly. As we get older, it's a lot easier to be more assertive and confident.
So when you were in your teens and 20s, you probably did not have those balls. So
yeah. But women also, it's
pump the
also
brakes
women cannot relate to this in a lot of ways, though, in most cases, because
no, they can't.
Women hold the power when it comes to relationships. Like, it is always so much easier for women to pick and choose because, dude, men, like, we don't have options. Like even the best looking guys have way less like options and like the less ability to like, I don't know. What in the fuck is going on?
I don't know. But I need to pull this up. So for those of you that still had it muted while the spoiler alert thing was
I don't want to fucking my computer.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's these jackasses when they try to call me, like for some reason cuts into the computer and it pisses me off.
Kanan and I are having a disagreement about what Cobwebs, because for those of you who've also followed Cobwebs, he reviewed the Hellgate in one of his videos.
The Cobweb channel.
The Cobweb channel. And
Cobwebs, like is it plural? Yeah, Cobwebs.
It's Cobwebs channel. And he said that this is the discrepancy that we're having. He said that it's not very good. He gave it a lot. He gave it compliments. He gave it a very fair review, but he said ultimately it's not very good. Kanan,
that's not what he said.
Disagrees that he said it. So I'm going to go to the timestamp where he says it live on this show so that we can all see that I heard what
I think
what
the
he
context
said.
and
no,
it's not that it's not cut and dry like that. You're making it sound like he's like it's not a good movie. That's not what he said.
All right, we're gonna watch. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through.
The Hellgate, which is a micro-budget indie I watched because of its connection to my boy, Kanan from Ghost Pirate Entertainment. He didn't make this, but he's the Death Rattle podcast co-host.
I also did not ask him. I had no idea he was going to do this. So, like, if anybody thinks, like, I was like, hey, dude, can you talk? Like, I didn't mention it to him at all. He knows about it as he watched my video when I talked about it.
What's up,
but
Diddy?
it wasn't that... Because me and him are friends. Like we talk behind the scenes all the time, but there was no conversation at all about this movie. So like, just so everybody's clear.
Well, he also says
DJ Remark did. He directed, wrote, and edited this thing. Now, I don't know him at all, but I understand Kanan had at least a little bit of a hand in this. And neither of them asked me to watch or review this thing. Neither of them said anything to me about it. I just heard Kanan talk about it on his YouTube channel. I don't know DJ, but he's kind of within the general YouTube space that I'm in. So I was curious what he came up with. I paid my money to rent it and checked it out. And if the problem, you have to... The acting is not terrible, but I would say it is just below professional level. I do want to acknowledge that us watching...
I'm skipping through, guys, a little bit because I don't want to like...
Just play the whole thing. It's only like...
No, I don't want to copyright this. I don't want to like... No, I don't want to...
He's not going to
budget indie horror movies and expecting great acting is a very new phenomena. Like that happens a lot in our world today. But like back in the 80s, if you're watching a low budget slasher, the acting is not going to be great and you're not going to expect that.
I disagree with him on that point. I don't think we get a lot of great acting in low budget indie now. We probably get more.
Yes, we do.
But it's not.
No. He's 100% right. Dude, you cannot, DJ, no offense. But you cannot speak on this the way that me and Daniel can. Like me and him constantly are watching indie movies. You are not. Like I could name off 50 movies I've seen this year alone that you haven't seen. Like
yes, that's true because you also watch movies in the background of your editing. I can't do that. I have to actually watch the movie.
It's my job. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying because it's
no, I know. I'm just saying
job,
no. I can't watch as many movies.
And there is. Dude, back in the day, like if you watch stuff from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, if it was indie, the acting and everything was really not good. Nowadays, you get like Academy Award level acting in tiny little indie movies. Like A24, they get like literally some of the biggest actors in the world to be in a lot of their little tiny movies. It's just different because of streaming. It's changed things dramatically. Back then, anything indie, it was like straight to VHS. And so it was like no budget at all. And so the acting was really bad.
Okay.
I mean,
the sound design is occasionally not great. And the score does sound...
Yes, it's an indie movie, but it's just, okay. Okay.
I mean, Obsession.
I don't care enough.
Obsession is an indie movie.
Okay. I get it. I don't care enough to argue. I could argue the point.
I'm just saying, like, literally the best stuff every year that we talk about are technically indie movies.
Okay. I just want to get through this so that I can be right.
But think about it. What from the 80s it was a great movie that was indie? Not just the acting. I'm saying movies in general. Indie movies were not good.
I mean, Nightmare. That was an
That's
indie
not
movie.
indie. Those were
Nightmare on Elm
indie.
Street was an indie movie. New Line Cinema was bankrupt. It was an indie movie.
Dude,
They were selling.
It was put out by fucking Sony, wasn't it?
No, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
was put out by New
Line. No. Yeah, but hold on. I don't think New Line's an indie movie, or New Line's indie.
Okay, while you're looking that up, we're gonna
pretty cheap, and the movie itself is not great. But
oh man, there it is. Did you hear
That's
it?
not saying it's bad.
I gotta go. I didn't say he said it was bad. I said he said it was not great.
But you're taking it out of context. Like, look, he's
I'm
literally
not.
mid-sentence.
All right, here we'll rewind a little bit and we'll finish watching.
you're not going to expect that. And the sound design is occasionally not great, and the score does sound pretty cheap. And the movie itself is
Warner
not
Brothers,
great,
man.
but I had a pretty good time with it. I think I enjoyed just.
That's not indie.
New Line is now owned by Warner Brothers.
I think they were, because even back then, dude, if you watched Nightmare movies, like it has the fucking Warner Brothers thing.
All right, you need to watch Making a
Hold on,
Nightmare.
I'm gonna look it up.
No, don't look it. Okay, why are you gonna look it up? We're watching this. I'm not doing this for my benefit. I've already seen this.
I've already seen it.
Right, but you obviously didn't remember it. That's what I'm trying to prove. I'm trying to prove a point here.
But I did. You're taking it out of context. You're saying it's not great. That's literally like a soundbite. It's like taking that one little snippet with all the other things he said positive about it. Like that's his review of it. If you say one sentence, because you could take this and say he said it was good or bad, if you want, but if you have to take it as a whole, because what he's saying about your movie is not that it's good or bad. It's that it is flawed, but it's fun. And in the end is still an enjoyable movie that he recommends.
How?
Dude, he doesn't put, he's like me. He doesn't put
yes, B movie you can.
He doesn't recommend.
How incredibly unpretentious this movie is. It has no lofty ambitions. It's not about grief or trauma. It's clearly just trying to have fun. It is built on practical effects, gore, monster, and ghost makeup.
We're both wrong, actually. The original was put out by Paramount, which is not indie.
Okay.
It was made. It was made, but it's who puts it out is if you talk about an indie movie or not, it's who puts the movie out. It's not who makes the movie. Because like there's lots of movies that are made by whoever, but it's who puts it out. Like Weapons. Weapons wasn't made by Warner or whatever, but they're put out by Warner, so they're not an indie movie. That's why it's a complicated thing. It's a very complicated when you're talking about is a movie an indie or not. Like it's all so complicated, but it's who puts the movie out, like who puts it in theaters. Yeah, shit. Weapons was actually made by New Line Cinema, but it was put out by Warner. And Friday the 13th was made by New Line Cinema, but it was put out by
What
Paramount.
does this say? What does this say here?
Yeah, that's who made it, dude.
From New Line Cinema. Wait.
Yes.
New Line Cinema. Wait.
Who put it in
New Line
theaters?
Cinema. Wait. Media Home Entertainment Incorporated and Smart Egg Pictures. Nowhere on these front poster billings does it say Paramount. New Line Cinema put out A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's an indie movie. They were selling copies of the film out. What's his name who ran New Line at the time was selling copies of A Nightmare out of the back of his minivan. This is A Nightmare on Elm Street. The first Nightmare on Elm Street is an indie film. Do not fight me on
And
another.
how did it get in theaters?
Please.
How did it get in theaters?
You lying.
Dude, it was actually in theaters. How is he selling it out of the back of his car if it's put out in theaters?
That's okay. You need to watch. It's what's that documentary called? It's like making.
All right, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yes, one. I got one. I got.
But that is very rare back then that you would have an indie movie make it to not only be good but make it to theaters. And that's all he was saying. Neither me or Daniel were saying that there wasn't any good indie movies. It's just very rare. Now most of the best movies every year are indie. That's all we're saying. That's just the difference is like it's a different level because
we're talking about great acting in indie movies. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. And there wasn't back then. Like it's very rare. I mean, shit. As much as we may love Nightmare on Elm Street, I wouldn't say it was great acting. The first one. Like,
I mean, Robert Englund knocked it out of the park. Yeah, no, and I thought Heather Langenkamp did well.
It was fine. I'm just saying I wouldn't say great. But once again, that was still a rarity. It was rare back then. It's not rare now. It's common. It's the best movies. Dude, the Oscar winners now are indie movies.
Yeah, I get it. Look,
because that's all he was saying. He wasn't saying there wasn't ever any good acting or good movies made independently, but he was saying like it wasn't a common thing.
I don't think
it's better now. Acting is better now in indie than it was back then. That's all he said.
Sure, fine, but at our budget level, I'm not sure you're getting much better.
Yeah, back then or now, unless you just get really lucky.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's what he was saying. That's literally what he was saying. He wasn't knocking your movie for how he was saying, like for a micro budget movie, it's what you would expect.
He literally said the movie is not great. And that's what I said. He said, and you're telling me he didn't say that. And I just proved that he did. I understand the context. I know at the end of the review, he says, I really hope this movie gets on Tubi because I think that's where it's going to find its audience.
Yep.
I know
because here's the thing. If we got Daniel on here right now, he would, and I said, sum up Hellgate in one sentence. He wouldn't say it's not great. And that's what I'm saying. When you're asking us to give a blurb, this is what we do, 1 to 2 minutes about a movie. You can't just cut out one sentence of that blurb. If you were to ask us, make the headline for this, that's different. And that's all I was saying. He didn't say your movie's not great. End of discussion. It wasn't like he said, it's not good, period. You know what I mean? Like that's way you're making it sound. That's all I'm saying. Like he didn't just say, movie's not good, period. Done. Move on. And that's how you made it sound. That's what I was pushing back on.
2.5 stars on Letterboxd. Mostly decent. I think that's what he thinks about it.
Fair. Dude, that's fair.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
I don't know if I would get I think I might give it I think I'd actually probably do a 2.5 as well.
No,
maybe 3. Maybe.
You would do 3 because you.
But
love
2.5 is average. 2.5 is right in the middle.
I know.
And I'm not sure if he deserves more than that because there are elements of it that are above 3, right? Like the mood.
I hope so.
A lot of your scenes, like the way they look, is above average. But then there's also
my life
things that are. Then there's definitely things about it that we've talked about off air that are below average. You know what I mean?
I know. B movie theaters.
That's why
I love when we talk about
when you review a movie in general, you know what I mean? You got to like take the good and the bad and where does it. And that's why I don't like scoring movies, period.
Right.
Because like I'll recommend movies all day that if I were to give them a score, they'd be like a 2, like a 1.5, 2. But yet I would still recommend it because they're hella fun. So it's like, It's all on, like, I just recommended a movie on my last video. It's you should actually watch this, dude. You would dig it. These guys are really cool. I've been actually talking to the director and stars in it. They're working on a sequel and another movie. It's called fuck, hold on. I'm making way too much content right now, dude.
That's a weird title for a movie.
I'm losing track of the shit because I'm like making so many videos. The Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre. Like, just from that name, it's like pretty much exactly what the movie is. Like one of those kind of old school grindhouse, like cheesy kind of movies. And it's so fun. It's a couple years old,
What's it
but
called?
it's called the Manson Brothers. It's the Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre. And as if you're a fan of wrestling, it's like such a fun marriage of combat sports and horror, because it's basically about these two washed up wrestlers that are wrestling in this little local like professional wrestling league, and like basically the one guy, do you know who is it Boss Rutan? I think it's Boss Rutan, the MMA fighter. He's in it, and
I don't know.
So is yeah, but you'll know Randy Couture. You know who that is, right? Randy Couture.
I've heard the name.
Hall of Fame UFC fighter. Anyway, so there's like
that much
wrestlers, and you would recognize some of the old wrestlers that are in it though.
Okay.
Because these guys, the guys that made the movie, actually are wrestlers, like old school wrestlers, and now they're making movies and stuff, but on the super little level. But anyway, there's a bad steroid going around, and basically one guy gets shot up with this bad steroid and turns him into a zombie. And so it's just like awesome. Bloody practical effects, like silly, like just, but it's actually a pretty decent budget and production. Like it's like one of those where it's really low budget, but yet pretty polished, and like enough budget that they could get decent acting and like it looks decent. So it's one of those like kind of weird spots where it's not like your movie level of micro budget, but it's also not like millions. It's like in that like maybe a few $100,000 range, something like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But that's a movie that I would give like 2 stars. Like it's not a
give the title
movie,
again,
but it's super fun. Manson Brothers. Just watch my videos, you fuckhead. You're like watching the podcast, but you don't watch my videos. It's the Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre. It's on Tubi. It's my last Tubi video I did. The one that came out on Sunday. You might not have seen it yet. But anyway, my most recent Tubi video. It's the movie I ended the video with because it's movies that are just fun. Like I end every list with.
Gaston, I did show him your video.
Yes.
Yeah, I showed it to him. So you can't always be on his side anymore. I don't know where you got that information.
Was he asking why we didn't use it?
No, he said, DJ, you didn't show Kanan my Mortal Kombat teaser, so from now on I'll always be on Kanan's side. That's as soon as I saw it, I sent it to him.
I'm trying to remember.
B-Movie Theater says I had a busy week, fuckhead.
What was the video for?
The fight video of us.
Yeah, but was there a reason behind it? Like, was he expecting us to use it for something? Okay.
I don't know. I guess I can play it.
Yeah. We like to guest on, but to be completely honest with you, we are struggling to use something like that because it is very AI heavy. And like we both trash AI all the time. Like, you know, it's unfortunately AI is being forced down everybody's throats everywhere. And so it's one of those tricky things for us to use anything that's AI at all, even if there's some of it that's not, because it just, now it gets us, it would make us be very hypocritical, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we
but we do really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm not saying not to show it, but I'm just saying the reason we haven't really used it for anything is we both appreciate it. We think it's fucking really cool idea and looks cool. It's just, we're in such a weird time, dude. Like AI is this thing, and it's like, I don't know where it's going to land, because it's like, it would be nice if we could ultimately have it as a tool in some way. But when everything is overusing it, and like, you can't go on YouTube now without everything being like, you can't watch almost any videos without a bunch of stuff being AI now. And it's like,
yeah,
it's just lazy.
Here it
a
is.
lot of these cases by these creators.
Gaston made us a funny little animation in AI, so we were giving him some flack for that, but we'll show it to you guys.
I'm not giving him flack.
It's kind of fun.
We're not giving him flack. We don't have a problem with what he did. It's just the reason we haven't really used it.
So here it is.
Because we did both chuckle and both thought it was really cool and like a cool idea. It's just, you could tell it's clearly made by AI, and it's like, if we show it, it's one thing, but to use it for something that our names on it, where it's like
The Monkey,
but it
is
sucks
a terrible
like,
film.
because like AI can make such fun things now. It's like, this is such a fun thing that we would never be able to afford to have done.
Like, it's a cute little thing. Like, it's like
yeah. Like, remember what I replied? I said, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
but
like,
I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know if we can
it's
use
great,
it because
but-
it's AI. Like, that was
Yeah, we
literally
just-
what I said. Like, not even like, I'm not good at lying to people and like bullshitting anybody. And that's the
Maybe
truth.
we'll-
Like, we both really dig it. It's just one of those things. Like, how do you know, like, it's hard to use AI stuff without. And it's one thing when it's AI imagery or stuff that's AI manipulated. It's another thing when it's like a full-on video and stuff. But I have no problem with showing that. Like, it's awesome. Super fun. I just wish that AI wasn't overused. And so that something like that wouldn't be a big, like, remember when that movie shit, what was the name of that movie where a couple years ago where it was about the talk show host had his talk show and he gets possessed and stuff. He has like the possessed little girl on his show.
Oh, Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil, yeah. Like, remember that movie? Like 99.99999% of that movie was practically done. They used literally one image in the background that was AI and got roasted, or two. Actually, I think it was three.
It was the going to
the
commercial
background.
graphics.
Yeah, and they got roasted. I mean, destroyed.
Yeah.
And like, that's the problem. And I understand why people are so against it. But at the same time, in a like in a lot of cases, it's harmless. Like in that movie, it was harmless. It didn't hurt anybody for them slapping some quickly made AI things in that movie. It didn't hurt anything. But they got roasted for it. So it's just, we're in this weird time.
It did hurt though. Like, as small and insignificant as those two graphics seemed, that was a job that somebody didn't get. And I'm not.
What's fucked about it? No. What's fucked about it is they got roasted. They paid for that shit.
Oh, well, I mean,
Like,
you should get roasted for using it. I mean, you should.
But it's not their fault. They bought that from reputable, like from Adobe. Like, Adobe sells stock images. They bought them as a pack from Adobe, and supposedly they weren't AI, and they ended up being AI. So then they got roasted for it. And it's fucked, because when you make a movie like that, you need lots of B-roll. Like, you need B-roll and you need images. But we're in such a weird time now where a lot of these companies, you can't, there is some AI that is so good right now that unless you really pay attention, you're not going to realize it's AI. And it's going to get past, especially when in a case like that, it's like they have like an intern on that. Like, hey, intern, find us some cool looking, like Halloween looking images to use for this. You know what I mean? It's not like they have some super important art team head on it. We're talking about a movie that was like made for less than $1 million.
Was it less than $1 million? I thought it was like 4.
No, I think Late Night with the Devil was like right around $1 million. Maybe it was more. Still a very small.
It doesn't say. It just says it made 16.7 million. Come
no,
on.
It was between 1 and 2. It was between 1 and 2. It was a micro budget of 1 to 2 million.
Well, it's
small enough that there isn't an official reporting.
Made
usually a movie that doesn't, it's right around $1 million. They don't really report how much, so that it doesn't. Like if you can't find the budget of a movie, it generally means it's right around $1 million. It's kind of like between 1 and 2, because anything above that, it starts to become more public record because of the taxes that are filed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's a very small movie, but the point was this, it's so easy for a lot of that stuff to slip through the cracks. I just think we need to quit hanging artists who have the right intentions. Like it's one thing if you're hiring or if you're having someone purposely, like you're using AI to cut corners and to not pay people and stuff like that. It's another thing when you're on a tiny little project and like stuff slips through the cracks. That's why I was never like, I always thought that was ridiculous when it comes to that movie. Like, or even if you have there's lots of YouTubers that have some AI images that slip through, it's like, but there's a difference between that and then these videos that are literally made by AI. And there's tons of that now. Like if you look up horror movies right now, if you search like, hey, I want to know top 10 horror movies, you're going to get videos that are literally 100% AI. The entire video is made by AI. The sound is made by AI. The script is made by AI. And yet that shit will have more views than mine. I guarantee it. Like you could look right now.
Well, I thought YouTube was cracking down on
like
that.
1 million views.
I thought YouTube was cracking down on that stuff.
They're trying, but it's made so fast that by the time they catch up to it and they take that channel down, there's 10 more just like it that are up. Like they're trying, but it's just like Spotify. All they can really do is put a little thing that says this is made by AI.
Well, yeah. All right,
dude, we're going to have to learn to live with it. And that's what I've been saying for a while now. We just got to figure out where is the line? Like, where do we, you know what I mean? Kind of like photo manipulation with Photoshop back in the day, where for a while, everybody was freaking out because people were taking photos and manipulating them. And it got to this point where you couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't. And you'd be like, these famous photographers that spent thousands to make some crazy looking set with real actors and all this to get this picture. And then some fuckhead would come along with Photoshop and take stock images and cut it apart and make this image that looked just as good with no money and they just did it themselves. And it eventually got to where it was like, well, that's just another form of art. And everybody was like, just is what it is. Real photographers got to find a different way of doing what they do or whatever. But it didn't ever go away. Like photo manipulation is still a very like it's used a ton. Like digital artists are a legit job. Like, just like special effects artists. Like, and I think AI is going to eventually find that spot too. It's just the problem is like anything, we overdo it. It's like cryptocurrency where everybody was a crypto bro. And it's like little by little starting to equalize out. But it takes time.
I don't want to get into the AI conversation because I'm tired and I need to go to bed. But I have thoughts. We could talk about AI like at some other point, but I have thoughts, but I don't want to get into it.
So do I. I kind of
it's already 10 after. I know it's 2 a.m. over there in the UK, which God bless the UK, by the way. They're going through some shit right now. And just letting you know, you guys, letting you know that you guys have there are some marches happening over there, and This American supports you. So just thinking about you, but I just want to say that.
What are they marching about?
Illegal immigration. It's pretty insane over there. But anyway, so just trying to say that. And then, so that's it. So join us next week, next Wednesday.
I ignore most of the news
right here. Well, you should. I mean, you should. But when it comes to freedom, we need more of that. So anyway, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 10:36 a.m., which Darren was not in the chat today, over there in Aussie Island, and 1 a.m.
Ooh, Darren.
Ooh, Darren. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next Wednesday. What's coming out this weekend that everybody should go watch?
Tomorrow is the Ghost Road one. It's damn it. It's the new movie made by the guy that did Jane Doe, the diary or the autopsy of Jane Doe. It's his new movie.
Go watch that this weekend.
Damn it.
But yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. And
my shit's not loading, so I can't even look.
Passenger.
Yes, Passenger.
Go watch Passenger.
The
Maybe
Passenger.
we'll talk about it next week. So
I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I haven't seen it yet, but it comes out tomorrow.
I don't know either. Maybe we'll talk.
Go see Is God Is. I'm telling you, nobody's fucking talking about it, and it is so much better than you expect, and a lot more horror. Like it's really fucked up. Like it's not a clear-cut horror movie. It's one of those genre mashup movies, but there's a lot of horror in it, and it definitely a thriller. But
all right, well, choose one. Is God
really
Is or
good.
Passenger? I'm probably gonna watch Passenger. But all right, thanks a lot, guys. We love you.
Go
Talk
see
soon.
both, like I do.
Bye.